how did we blink? And we're dealing with childhood obesity, with dealing with diabetes in our children, and I want to go into what's going on in the school system with the school lunches. So how do we curtail what has taken place now from making good choices and decisions to, wow, they are eating the same things that we're eating, and they're looking like the same sizes that we are now? How would you respond to that?
Well, so the obesity epidemic that's been going on, not only in the United States, but globally, has really sort of, you know, evolved since the 1970s. And it really goes hand in hand with several different things that have actually been in transition. And things that have been in transition are our food supply, our work habits, as well as technology, you know, and technology predominantly in how we get things more efficiently done. We become a more efficient society, and because we become more efficient, we've actually lost the ability, or not lost the ability, but we're less likely to, you know, be involved in manual labor and actually expending a lot of calories on a day-to-day basis.
Working in the farms from sun up to sundown.
We don't have to go out and get our water anymore. Our water's right there, you know.
In a bottle.
We don't have to go and pick up, you know, a piece of paper from the printer that might be 2 offices down. We all have our own printers.
That's true.
You know, so think about all the little technologies that have made our lives better, but at the same point in time, it's reduced our energy expenditure. And so along with that, we have much more food in our food supply. And the food in our food supply hasn't necessarily been any healthier. If anything, it's been more unhealthy. And so those two forces have actually, I think, given rise to the issue that we have right now, is the fact that, you know, we don't make wise food choices, and we're not expending as many calories as we take in. And so, you know, and we have some policies that have come into place. And, you know, I think we were chatting a little bit about that, and how we all realize that we go through the day, and our kids go through the day sometimes, and not really having the ability to be able to have recess where they're running around expending those calories. And it might also be that, you know, they might go from school to aftercare, and in aftercare they're still involved in activities that tend to quiet them down, not necessarily increase their heart rate or allow them to expend these calories that they're consuming from some unhealthy foods. And even us, when we think about our own work style, you know, we're either driving to work and not walking as much anymore. We're in the office, we're not moving around as much. And when we come home, we're quickly trying to prepare foods, and then before you know it, it's time to go to bed, and where is that hour that we're supposed to be getting to be physically active?
And the sleep that we need, including that.
And sleep is very important. We realize now the importance of sleep, getting at least 8 hours of sleep as being a part of a healthy lifestyle. So I think, you know, I think as Americans and as individuals in the society that we live right now, you know, we do better with sort of, you know, taking an overall approach to our life to say, what is it that I really want to value? And if I really want to value my health, there are certain things that I need to do. I need to eat healthier. I need to try to be a little bit less stressful in the events that I actually choose to participate in, both me and my child, you know, and try to make room for physical activity and make it a family thing, a fun thing. You know, I think a lot of us probably find more time on the weekends to go out as a family and take a bike ride or take a walk, you know, but the more that we can try to build in those routines, even on a daily basis, the better off we'll be.
So how would you respond to, I read somewhere that infant mortality rate with maternal and children health care plays a role with how the community's health is going to end up being. I don't know if you're able to speak to that a little bit.
So infant mortality rates and mortality rates in general are always an indicator of our health status of a community or of our country. And the United States, as you know, has always ranked somewhere between 27th and 29th across the world, globe. So we're not at the top. Which we would find surprising. You know, and so it has to do with a lot of these forces that, you know, access to health care, there, as well as we still have pockets of our society that are not, don't have access not only to healthcare but to affordable foods and being able to live a healthy lifestyle, as well as income not being equally distributed across our society, as well as educational opportunities. And until we do, I don't think we're going to be making much movement in the mortality rates of our country. That's just a basic premise of public health, and it's one that we fundamentally believe that if we can eliminate some of the disparities, that we would see an improvement in our health.
So what are some things that are coming in the funnel for you as far as some of your initiatives with children's health?
So I think one of the things that we're trying to do is get the message that it's much easier to prevent than to treat childhood obesity. So moving into this younger age group, most people don't think about prevention in 2 to 5-year-olds, but in fact, that's where we need to start. If you sort of get children used to the ideas that being physically active is the way to live your life, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, drinking low-fat milk, drinking water, not eating a lot of junk food, really eating out in moderation, that becomes a treat. I think when we were younger, eating out was a treat.
Right,
now it's almost an everyday thing.
That's exactly
And for
right.
some families, they're eating out
every meal.
a lot of meals.
Yeah.
And it's the reality is that we actually consume more calories, less fiber, more fat and sugar when we eat out. And let's face it, we all love tasty food.
We do, yeah.
But it's also a matter of us training what we like.
Right.